Hey, Alyssa, you're here with Rob and Brian from RHAP. Happy to see. It looks like you have a home that I know you said that you didn't even have a place to go to after the challenge. So everything is squared away.
This actually is my friend's house, but I do have a home. Don't worry about it. There was a couple weeks after the challenge where I was like, all right, you guys think I can kick it on your couch? But I did find a home and we are good. All is well.
Is that friend Tyler? Is that Tyler's home?
Oh
No,
my God.
it's not
Yeah.
Tyler.
Can you give us an update about where you two have picked up things off after the show,
He
where
said he
things are
had the
going right now?
digits.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. Okay, so obviously you guys saw me and Tyler. We started off as great friends. It became a little bit more and somebody I care about deeply. And you guys, like, if you watch me on Big Brother, you know how much of a lover girl I am. Like, I was like, where's my ring at? If I was shocked I wasn't proposed to on the show, I'm like, what? Like, let's have
Yeah.
kids. And he was
Whoa.
like, okay, I'm just kidding. You guys know all like love and just jokes, but getting back in the real world, we did realize like I was on two shows in 1 year. I was in a relationship from Big Brother. Like you got a lot of healing to do. And I think Tyler does in his own life as well. So we're like, I would rather like heal separately and be friends for forever or see what happens in the future than rush into something right now.
Okay. All right. Well, it sounds like you're in a good place, but yeah,
Yeah,
disappointing. You said he's the
it
most amazing part of your experience.
is. Yeah, I mean, not the like I one of the most amazing. I
One of
mean,
the
I would
most
say
amazing parts of the experience.
what yes, I would say like pushing myself to my limits was definitely like a very like beautiful part of it, but having Tyler in there was incredible. He's someone I know that I'll have in my life forever, but definitely like we need some time right now.
Okay.
I want to talk about the elimination from this week. You know, you had to go. Not only did you have to go first, but the girls' seat was first in the elimination, and you had to go first, ripping off the patches. After seeing everything play out, did you think there was a better strategy you could have done to do a little bit better to put you over the hump? Did you like looking back? Do you think there's anything you kind of should have implemented a little bit more?
Yeah, so actually in real life the men went first and we got to watch them. So watching them though, I saw Wes like do his fly around thing and get like trapped by Chris. So I was like, I think the best thing is to kind of just like stay on the wall and stay my distance. But it's really hard to know when you're up there. Like and when I actually got to Cassidy, like I have long arms. Apparently everyone was talking about my reach that I was holding her out and we were scrapping. Like if you can see I have a scar across my arm. She took a chunk out of my arm. I have her nail
Oh,
marks across my wrist. Like I have scars all down my arm. She fractured my pinky. Like there was a whole, we were like scrapping out there. So I tried my best, but there's really no like rhyme or reason.
so Alyssa, I know that you were working with Tyler and Monty towards the end of the run, but were there any women from the women's side of things that you had a good working relationship with at this point in the game?
No. So I think like I had Amira, I had Alyssa Lopez. Alyssa Lopez is an amazing politicker. She was like the best person I could have had on my side. After they left, I'm like, okay. So I Michelle was my roommate and I loved Michelle. I don't think she ever voted for me. I know she never voted for me. So she was someone I had. And I mean, like, I don't really think Cassidy was coming for me, but we're both seen as equal players in the game. So it's like when it's either you or me, it's hard to like go from there.
Hmm.
There's a very funny scene where Bananas and Wes were kind of playing matchmaker for you and Tyler. But I'm curious, like after like the Survivor and Big Brother World kind of started, were you able to kind of pick up on that and like jump in with Bananas and Wes? Because it seemed like they liked both you and Tyler. Was there any inroads you could have made with like the vets to try to get in with them to go against the Survivor crew?
So Wes was also my roommate. We had an amazing relationship. He was like giving my dad vibes. Like he would be like, "You better be in bed by 10 tonight because lights will be out." So we had like such a good relationship, but there was just like I don't really think anything I could have done because from the start I was seen as the emotional player, the weak player. Like I tried with Tori, even after Tori like main nommed me and Tyler. I was like, can I work with you in any capacity? But it's like too little too late. I feel like they had their group so tight knit and then they had their survivor players. Plus, like Michaela and Michelle have played the challenge before. So it's like easier to work with them than me, if that makes sense.
What about you as a person who would play the challenge again? Would you be up for coming back to it, or you had your fill?
I went back and forth. I was like, can I do this shit again? But yeah, I would definitely come back. I think there's like an inner fighter. She's really, really deep in there, being the passive person I am. But I think during that elimination, I really figured out like, okay, I have that fighter in me and I want to come back and I want to prove myself.
One of the weird quirks or the twist for the season, obviously with the hopper, it made it kind of like it was never a set men's day or women's day, and it seemed like there was always more men in the house than women. Was there ever an incentive of the house to try to even that out, or were people always just trying to protect themselves to try to keep themselves out of it, or did people want to try to even things out as the season was kind of going on?
Yeah, I definitely think towards the end, people are like, all right, if there's like way more men than there is women, there's going to be a purge, and then people are just going to have to go. So I always wanted it to be a women's day when I wasn't in danger, because then that's one less woman that I would have to go against. And so I think the men started to think that way. And specifically when it was me and Tyler had offered to go into the elimination, I think he knew that people were leaning more towards a guy's day, because at that point there were so many more men. So he might as well pick who he could go in against and actually have like a really an amazing chance of coming back. And unfortunately, it was Monty, but we were hoping it would be Sebastian.
Alyssa, could you give us a little bit more of a sense of what it was like at the house living with everybody?
It was a lot different than Big Brother. I think like I don't even know how to describe. You had more like freedom. Like I was able to go in the pool or the gym or hang out, and like it was just so much more of like a fun vibe. But there were some big personalities in that house, so I kept to myself a lot. And I don't know if that like hurt my game or made it better at the end of the day. But like I was in bed a lot, just looking at photos from home, being like, "Please get through this."
There was some couple fun nights out. We said that fun bachelor game you guys played. Were there anything else that happened on those nights out that was that you thought was fun that should have been included that they haven't really been highlighting so far?
There's just like a lot of like good vibe. Like I feel like when we were out, it was just so fun, and the music was going. We were always dancing, having a good night. Like there's some more smooches than just the smooch that was shown between
Oh,
that Bananas and Wes orchestrated, but we'll keep that for another time. Lots of shots and lots of fun.
you said in the show last night that you were going to open up an animal rescue also. Any progress yet on the animal rescue?
Yeah, so my rescue is called Olive Branch Rescue. It is a foster-based rescue. So we'll go and get dogs from like usually Alabama or Georgia. Those southern states are really bad in the shelters. And it's dogs that are redlined. So a couple days before they're euthanized or day of, get those dogs, pull them, put them into a safe home. And we've saved, I think, over 15 dogs right now.
Wow. Okay,
That's
that's
amazing.
great. Yeah.
Woohoo! Small wins. So we're working towards a greater cause. And I'm just so excited that it actually is doing something.
I don't know if you'd be keeping up much with the current Big Brother season, but is there anyone you're hoping you have your eye on that for USA season 3? Like maybe they'll be on. You can work with them. Is there anyone that you would love to see on the challenge that you feel like you would have a good relationship with?
I haven't been watching too closely. I think the best way to describe Big Brother now is like when you really wanted to like meet the celebrity and then you meet them and they're not that great. I think like experiencing Big Brother is like it's hard to watch it back
Mm,
now. From what I have seen, I mean, I think Riley, like she was out early, but like she won that HOH. I feel like she has a fighter in her, and I feel like she's really likable. So I'm like, I feel like
Yeah.
we're on the same vibe. So if she was to come, I'd love to see her. I think Jag is a good player. From what I've heard, people really like him. People seem to really like.
Mhm.
So I would definitely like to see some of those people on, and especially if they're on my Big Brother side, it would be
yeah.
great.
Okay. And Alyssa, what was harder, getting through the challenge or Dire Fest?
Holy shit. Probably, oh gosh, Dire Fest was so bad. Living in the backyard with those ants everywhere, and like people were going crazy out there. Probably, God, that's tough. I'm gonna call it 50-50. Depends what day.
All right. Well, really nice to get to talk to you. Keep up the good work with the animal rescue, and appreciate you making some time for us today.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you guys so
All right.
much.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.